Hey, so this is kind of like a one-off, kind of random, kind of little short video. I don't really know, but alright, so we're on the same walk as the video where I'm talking about the different mod packs and crap. And I'm walking down this trail, and of course, one of the last couple of days of summer, on a day that it's not raining, there's not a soul to be found. Now, I couldn't care less, to be honest. It disappoints me that less people come out and everyone's stuck in their house doing whatever it is they do. It disappoints me. But at the same time, I get a nice, quiet, alone walk. So, I'm almost done with my 40s, so this is actually pretty random. I wasn't going to actually talk. But I was thinking, and I was like, you know what? What do I actually do when I'm out here in the middle of nowhere? Kind of. This is a public trail. But I mean, in retrospect, I'm about a mile away from any civilization. So I mean, it's not really like crazy, but it's kind of out there. So I'm thinking, like, what do I do? And do you know what I do? One of my first thoughts were the garden box. All right, so I once kind of humored the idea of square foot gardening. It's a method practiced by some gardeners. It's pretty efficient, kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. It has some perks and it has some positive science behind it. But I was thinking about it, and the box I built, is pretty big. But the original garden my grandfather and I built was probably twice that size. So I'm trying to think of what can I fit in there and how can I fit it. So I'm walking down this path where no one can see me, all alone. And I'm like, yo, alright, so this is actually exactly what I'm doing. Just now I have a camera on. But I'm like, yo, okay, so how can I divide up this square to make everything work appropriately? So first of all, I was thinking square foot farming. Alright, square foot farming is a concept, it's a thought, it's an idea. It's a good idea. But I have been growing 5 tomato plants in 2 square feet for years, and they do great. So, as it is an idea, and it is smart, it's not concrete. So, my thought is, if I can grow 4 tomato plants in a 40 square inch plot, so each one gets 10 square inches, alright? And then I can grow 4 peppers in 8-inch plots, so that would be 32 square inches. Then I can do watermelon, pumpkins if I decide, and cucumbers going down the side to line the box to grow out over the edge so they have room to grow and they wouldn't be taking up as much soil space. Alright? So that's kind of what I'm thinking so far. Alright? Then at the end of the box, I'd give a full square foot to 2 squash plants. I can't remember what the squash is called. What kind of zucchini? Zucchini squash. So 2 zucchini squash plants. At the very end, they can each have a full 12 inches of square footage to do their growing because they're rather big plants. Then, for my calculations, I don't know the exact measurements of the box off the top of my head. For my calculation, there's going to be a rather significant amount of room left. Maybe enough to do 2 more zucchini. So we'll say like 24 square inches. I was thinking about planting something like peas. Because, for one, out of all the vegetables, you take 5. Out of all the vegetables that I can eat raw, peppers ain't all that bad. Tomatoes, never. I mean, they're good fried green, once in a while on burgers, but out of all the raw vegetables I eat, there's nothing I love more than going out, finding a nice pea vine, pea vine, vine which produces sweet peas, and picking a pod or two, and either eating it as is, or peeling it open, and eating the peelets, the pea beans. But, anyways, I mean, it's just one of my favorite foods. I've never done good with radishes or carrots. I can't really say they were bad, but it was nothing to brag about, you know? Like, I can grow carrots, I can grow radishes, I can grow potatoes, and they turn out okay, but it's nothing to brag about. Now, my tomatoes, my peppers, I do pretty good. This year was sad for peppers, and this year was sad for peas. But I'm hoping to do better next year. So, long story short, before I get into a big gardening clip, this is what I do when I'm in the middle of nowhere and no one's around. I think out loud. And usually, a lot of times I'm thinking of like, you know, what could have screwed up my life? What could I have done differently to change what happened? But every once in a while, I'm thinking like, you know, how can I precisely do everything in the future to make everything awesome? And today's topic was gardening. So, yeah, this might get posted, this might not. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm gonna go back to drinking. I figured it'd be a fun thing to talk about, though. You know, if you're a gardener, and you're not like one of those there like uber crazy YouTube gardeners, or somebody that's like does it as a science, take a second and look up square foot gardening. It was something I was pretty happy I learned about, but as most scientific, you know, questionable things that just like kind of sum everything up, there are things that can change to be better. For instance, the 12-inch rule that they use, 12 inches by 12 inches, 144 inches by surface area, is directly corresponding to the amount where the roots can grow to reach nutrients, so they're not stealing from one another to get maximum growth. So if you have a plant that has a smaller root system, you don't necessarily need 12 inches. But you know what? I'm doing the getting into gardening thing and dragging this out. Hope you guys enjoyed. This might get posted, this might not. We'll see. Catch you later.